Welcome to another episode of TimeGhost Cribs. And today I am here with our queen of fucking everything and my wife, Astrid. So, queen of fucking everything. What does that mean and what do you do at TimeGhosts?
I take care of everything that is visible and keep the whole project kind of together. We do all the shooting in this property and house, as you know, and I do the set and the wardrobe, and not to forget the ties for Indy and Spartacus, and I try to inspire you, Indy, and the team to come up with new ideas. I take care of the bookkeeping, pay the team, I kick Sparty in the butt if there's not enough money, and I do my fascinating cooking during the shootings. That's what I do.
You often say that the past doesn't interest you as much as the future.
That's right, but I do love history because it plays a big part in shaping the future. Just like your own history plays a big part in your personal future. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you have a difficult future, right? Same applies to nations, countries, and planet. But why I say that at times, working with you and Indy, who both have a memory like a planet of elephants, I feel like a fucking moron. Excuse my French, Francis. But one of the reasons I have a little German control ban, I don't know whether you know what that is. I love planning and shaping, and I like things I can still change.
Tell us a little bit about why you chose to become the custodian of the house we live and work in, and why it's important to you to keep the memory of Wilhelmina Busch and Sam Woods alive.
Okay, there are different reasons. I love this place. It's magic. I lived over the other side of the lake, exactly opposite of this house, stared at it every day. And when the curatorium of the Wilhelmina Busch Foundation was looking for someone who would invest in the property and save the house from demolition, I immediately jumped up and made a move. I think I already mentioned it in one of our Breakfast Club videos. The house was rebuilt by Wilhelmina Busch, daughter of the Anheuser-Busch-Budweiser beer family. Her third husband was Sam Woods, who spied together with Erwin Respondek against the Nazis. All written down in the book of John Dippel, 2 Against Hitler. Great book. Respondek was a very quiet guy. Didn't talk much, never joined any anti-Nazi networks, so he was never on their radar. A fascinating figure with an enormous impact on history. Actually, Sam Woods said about him, "It's a bitter humiliation to me that his service to our country have never been recognized or even acknowledged. Everything he and Sam did for the Allies was confidential. Only came out in the late 90s. If you are interested in the whole story, I'm happy to make a special about the 2 Against Hitler guys. Just write it in the comments." And I really would like to make a movie about them because it's hilarious.
Now, you're German. Your late father, my father-in-law, served as a career officer in the Engineer Corps of the Wehrmacht. He saw action on the Eastern Front, and in 1945, as a prisoner of war, he made lifelong friendships with both British veterans and Red Army veterans. And after the war, he eventually joined the Bundeswehr in an administrative position where he ended up working with his former enemies in the NATO. Now, how does that background make you feel and think about what we do when you look at what we do with World War II and covering that?
He was a great guy. I never got the impression of him having been in the war because we lived in a very English community and all my playmates were English, so I never had the feeling of there are two fronts or that was an enemy before or whatever. I really wish he would still be alive. He would be proud of me having so much interest in the Second World War, which I did not have when I was young or before we did this project. He died in 2012. I guess he could have added a lot of personal stories to our program, and my mom would have hated him for that. Oh, God. She hated war stories. She had a straight opinion about the war. They were all idiots. Yeah, that was Mom.
My mother-in-law, special woman.
Yeah, I personally think Germans and Germany have a special responsibility to be aware of what happened here in this country and to do our best to avoid that something like this could ever happen again. Most Germans agree with me here, and it is even written in our constitution. Yeah.
So on the topic of terrible things that the Germans did and other people as well during the war, none of us really enjoy making war against humanity, but why is it important and how do you personally cope with it?
Well, I learned to cope. It was very hard at first. Ask Spartacus. I was very unhappy doing it. But here's the thing. In our different programs, we are confronted with humanity as a whole, like humanity's astounding achievements, fabrication of big machines, whatever, airplanes development, fascinating military logistics, medical breakthroughs, braveness of soldiers and medical staff, and then the worst, darkest, most violent, horrible, insane of what a human being can possibly do in the name of God knows what or who. That makes me think of the value of life itself. Well, it has made me think a lot. This has to, what it means to have one, a life, to take one. Who is God? What means death? Is there a life after death for those being horribly executed? Does it all make sense in one way or the other? And how? So to come up with the one of my favorite books from Douglas Adams, what is the answer to the question of life, the universe, and all that? Listen, I love everything about our planet, humanity and people's psychology, good or bad. It's fascinating. That's why I read a lot of books, a very colorful mixture of literature. Let me mention just 7 that I picked, for example. Margaret Macmillan's How Conflict Shapes Us, or Dirk Schneider's Jesus Christ, Quantum Physicist, or Surely You're Joking, Mr. Feynman, by Richard Feynman, or Mikio Kaku's Future of the Mind, or God's Message to the World, You've Got Me All Wrong, by Neil Walsh. And my favorite is a Swedish guy called Max Tegmark, Unser Mathematisches Universum, and Isaac Asimov, Wenn die Sterne verlöschen. I don't know those titles in English because I'm reading it in German.
Did you find an answer to all of this?
Yes, I did.
Of course you did.
Of course, I am the queen of fucking everything. And yes, so my summary is that humanity is still a very small baby in terms of being on this planet and development. Although we are all pretty smart, I don't think all in all we get it right yet. It will take some more time and experience, and we will do a lot of fantastic things and a lot of horrible things, and we could very well blow up the whole planet. And we have to slide into an alternative reality or universe. I do believe in multiple universes. I think you have to believe in multiple universes, otherwise it doesn't make any sense. And we will finally find out how to learn to think and feel in a way that leads to a healthy, happy life for all of us and the planet. I'm very optimistic about that. But we have to be patient.
Okay, so, I mean, the reason why we do all of this and we're able to do this is the TimeGhost Army. And without the TimeGhost Army, a lot of things that you do, like paying all of our people and all of that, is really, really difficult. So beyond the, like, really obvious things, this is what we do, what would you like to do more? Why should people join the TimeGhost Army?
I enjoy the TimeGhost Army. I think they're great guys. You know, I see it in all the comments. I see it every day. I just love the guys. And I would be very happy if we could make more if our historians could develop more historical content, I would be able to pay our interns. That would be nice, which I can't at the moment. And I would be very happy to make a movie about Sam and Erwin. I say it again, so give me your money, please.
Okay, that is all for today from the TimeGhost Cribs, and that is very much my wife.
I think I have to do this again, right?
Why?
I don't know.
I think you did it very well.
No, I think it sucked. I'm not used to being in front of the camera.
Oh, come on, Astrid.
I want my chair back there.
Okay, next time when you're whipping me for not doing it right, you know exactly what it feels like.
Well, that's my job, That's my fucking job. Sorry, Francis.
So nice to be on the other side sometimes, isn't it? In any case.
You enjoy that, right?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this very much.
Okay.
So, in any case, listen to what Astrid said. Join the TimeGhost Army at patreon.com or timeghost.tv, and we will see you next time.
Yeah, and I put back on my coat because it's really cold in here. Okay, bye-bye.